All right. Aloha, everyone. We are live. I'm Savvy, and welcome to the Caring Caregiver Show. I'm the host of your show, as well as the founder of Give Me a Break. We're a nonprofit organization that's caring for caregivers. It's our job to bring back the joy of caregiving. And each week, we're here to help caregivers survive. And I say this every week, so say it with me. What is the percentage of caregivers that survive their caregiving journey? 50%. That's right. Half of you will not survive your journey. And that statistic is not acceptable. We are changing that. We are going to bring back the joy of caregiving, and we are going to have survivors. And so you can learn more about that. Just go to our website, which is gab808.org for more information. And you're worthy of support, you're worthy of community, and you're worthy of any information or resource that we can share with you. This is your community, caregivers. We're here for you. We do give you a break every week, and you can join us on our support sessions. Our support sessions are every Tuesday evening. There we go. How about that? Every Tuesday evening, you can join us online. It's online, it's free, anyone can come. And I want to point out that you don't necessarily have to be actively involved in caregiving. We have some people who are post caregiving, who are knowing that they're about to be involved in caregiving. And we have some that don't even realize they're caregivers. And if you don't even know you're a caregiver, join us. We'll help you understand that almost all of us are. So you can just join us anytime on Zoom. Go open your Zoom app and type in the meeting ID 808-754-3787. Ironically, it's also the Give Me a Break phone number. And you can join us anytime, 8 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time on a Tuesday evening. We just have a lot of fun. It's a great session. Really, it's there for you. It's all about sharing. We're not professionals. We're just a bunch of caregivers like you. In fact, we just talked about on our session last night, we were just talking about, we're going over the acronym PAUSE, which is all about taking a pause when you're a caregiver. And we talked about S for sensitivity. No, that wasn't S for sensitivity. It was actually U for understanding, that we just talked about. And U for understanding, super important, that we understand who we are and what we are and how important it is for us to care for ourselves. So, oh, sorry, I thought we had somebody else click in, and so I got distracted. You know, I can do that easily, ADD. All right, so the Caring Caregiver Show is sponsored by Givers Guides, which is an online magazine. And Givers Guides is a caregiver's guide to caregiving. It's written by caregivers for caregivers and from a caregiving point of view. And this month's issue is chock full of some amazing articles. In fact, we're going to be talking to one of our writers today. Very excited about that. And today is October 18th. And we have a great show for you. And so also one of the things you'll notice in our October issue is we have a new writer. And our new writer is Melinda Chinen, who's actually a grief coach. And she's writing an article every month now called Mindful Moments with Melinda. And you'll find that in every issue. So really well worth getting a subscription. It's $24.99 for the year. It's really nothing. So worth it. You get 12 issues. That's what, $2 an issue. So by all means, get a subscription. Go to giversguides.com, get subscribed, and know that profits go to Give Me a Break to support what we do for caregivers. All right. Okay, so I know we're supposed to have Audrey on, and she's going to be doing a mindful moment for us, but she wasn't able to make it for today's show. So I'm going to do a quick mindful moment for all of you. And this is so quick and so easy. And I practice this all the time. In fact, we just did it on our session last night because we talked about how important it is to get hugs. I can't remember the exact number, but it's something like 15 hugs a day is what a human needs in order to feel comforted and safe. And so if you haven't gotten your 15 hugs a day, I'm going to teach you how to give yourself a hug, because caregivers, you know, we expect others to hug us, right? We don't need that. You can hug yourself, and your brain still sends the wonderful chemicals down into your body to help you to feel safe and to feel relaxed and to heal. So real quick one, we'll do it together. Take your two hands together, and you're going to do the Mr. Miyagi, right? I know this shows my age, right? All those Karate Kid movies. You're going to Mr. Miyagi until you feel your hands and your palms get really nice and warm. And when they do, you're going to take them and you're going to place them right here, just below your neck and above your chest. And then you're going to close your eyes and you're going to take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it. And then release it with an ah. One more time, in and hold it. Then release with an ah. Ah. There you go. It took 2 seconds. You just gave yourself an awesome hug, and your brain is going, oh, I feel good, and sending all those wonderful chemicals down into your body, those oxytocins and all of those healing things that you need to feel wonderful. Do that 15 times a day. It'll help you. In fact, last night we set reminders in our phone. So throughout the day, reminders you can set in your phone to say, hug yourself. So maybe you can do that too. And remember to give yourself hugs. And here's wishing you, there's a mindful moment that wishes you health and happiness. All righty. Good. So with that, let's see our first guest today, which I'm really excited about. You know, one of the hardest things for me to do was place my mom. And I know it's hard for everyone because, I promised her I'd never do that. But coming to the realization that I could no longer provide the level of care that she needed was a really important thing for me to understand, for me to accept, and for me not to feel guilty about, but to know that it was important that she received the right care, the level of care that she needed that I could no longer provide. And so I had to get her into assisted living. And it's really kind of a mysterious thing, isn't it? It's a tough thing to understand, and you get fearful of it. So I brought a professional on the show today, and she's so much a professional that she wrote a book, which is a step-by-step guide on how to open an assisted living facility and to be successful at that. And she knows all the ins and outs and can share that with you. And I'm so excited to welcome today on the show Carleen Cadet-Francois, an assisted living facility owner herself, a mentor and author. And it's so wonderful to have you. Hi, Carleen. I'm so excited to have you on the show.
Hi, Savvy. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I love your energy, and I just love that you are putting it out there for all to understand assisted living, because it really, and it's so diverse, right? But it's just such a stigma attached to that. And so many people, no, my father, I'm gonna die in this house, and yet that level of care with my mother and her dementia was such a tough thing. So tell us a little bit about that, and about your book, and about assisted living care and some of the big mistakes that we could make.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me. And um, it's a difficult choice when a loved one have to break that promise of I will never put you into assisted living because we don't know the future, right?
Yeah.
Some of the best choices that we can make is to find the right assisted living for our loved one. Because, as you said earlier, so many of our caregivers just don't make it. And I've personally been in contact with some of our caregivers that, after they come to me, it's too late because now they've already developed so many issues. Their health is on the line, and now they can't take care of their loved one, and now they're looking for an assisted living to go to. And assisted living is a help that makes everybody feels good because now you're able to provide a level of care with the team, because you have me, for example, with my team, and you as the person pretty much in charge of making important decisions with our feedbacks, and you have a team of people to help you care for your loved one.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I didn't have that resource, right? I was shooting in the dark, I didn't know what I was doing, and trying to find care for my mother, and you think about so many things, not just do you feel guilty about it, but you also think about cost and about, the facility. Will they be mistreated? Oh, what if and I moved her a couple of times. The first home was good for a bit, and then she outgrew that, in a sense that her level of care got even more demanding. So understanding, I think, that it's a process, and having someone like you who's a professional and understands it, and you have a team, is an amazing thing for anyone who needs care. Have you had caregiving experience in your life as well?
Yes, I actually discovered my love for our seniors came from my grandmother. Um, I grew up with my grandmother, and ever since I can remember, from some of my earliest memory, my grandmother was taking care of me. And by the time I was born, she was already of age. So, in my perspective, I always see an older person as safety, as security, as love. And so, looking back, my love for seniors came from my grandmother.
Yeah.
And when my grandmother passed away, we took care of her for a little while. And then, like you said earlier, over time, with age progression, it comes to the point where you are no longer able to take care of your loved one. You are no longer able to provide that skilled level of care that they need, and so they need to go to a assisted living that will be able to provide them that care. And so yeah, that's one of my earliest experience, was when my grandmother, when we could no longer care for her and she had to go into assisted living.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
and it, and there are ways to, stay in your home. We're not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's absolutely doable. Some people can stay that in their home and can plan for that. You really do need to plan for it, because it's still going to cost a lot of money either way, or time. So that can happen. However, the majority of the time, I think that being able to know what's out there and what's available, and it's funny because at one point I even thought to myself, well, maybe what I'll do is I'll start an assisted living facility and do a foster care home so I can keep my mom here. I would have liked to have known you then, because I think that your book would have been great. Here, I'll pop that right up right there. So you actually have a book called Money Saving and the Step-by-Step Guide on How to Open an Assisted Living Facility from Start to Finish. I love that.
Yes, and actually, some people, that's their investment strategy, is to open an assisted living, because now you're able to gain the benefits of real estate appreciation, tax benefits. And now when your loved one need a place to go, and guess what? Mom is moving right in, and she's going to get that high level of care, that loving care that she deserves, while you make a living for yourself. And
Wow. That's revelatory. That's like, I never thought of that. And so even so, that feeling I had would have really kind of benefit not just my mom, but also would have benefit me. And what a great plan. I never thought of that. And that's why I brought you on the show, because I think that it's so important for our caregivers to understand that you have so many options, and this is a great option. Contacting Carlene and saying, all right, I don't want to put my mom in a facility. I want to turn my home into a foster care facility. What can I do? How can I make an assisted living facility? And you can help them.
yeah, you not only help your mom, other people in the community, but now you're helping your income. And to me personally, there's no better feeling than when you're able to keep caring for people, because caregivers, that's what we do, is what we love, is what we do when no one is looking, when everyone is looking.
Yeah.
It's second nature to us.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful feeling.
Wow. That's amazing. That is just amazing. Well, was there anything you wanted to share with us that I might have missed?
Sure. In regards to keeping your loved one at home for as long as possible, there are resources out there like hospice, for example. I encourage caregivers to tap into resources in the church, for example, and find out, who can give you some help. Find out other facilities that also offer respite care where they will hold your loved one for a month, for 3 weeks, however long that you need. But you will have to make arrangement ahead of time, and they will be able to assist you. And I also have resources for our caregivers on my website. I have a Take Care of Yourself guide also that gives you some tips even when it's time for assisted living, some of the documents that you need to put together, even early on before onset dementia really take place. CarleneCadetFrancois.com, you'll be able to download that guide and reach out to us if there's any way that we can assist you, even if it's just giving you some tips, equipments around the house that you can use. We have all of that on our website also. Go on there, and I really try to help everyone in their journey because caregiving is a difficult task.
Yes, that
We
is a
all
great resource. Yes. And I love that you are looking out for the caregivers. And yes, those forms are super important as well. So, what a great resource that you have on your website. You guys, that's CarleneCadetFrancois.com. And it will be on our website. And also, you'll be able to get that. That from the Giver's Guides issue. This month's issue has actually an ad for her with all of her contact information in there. And if you need anything, just, you know how to get a hold of us at gab808.org or email info@gab808.org. And we'll get that information to you right away to put you in touch with Carlene and her team. And what an amazing thing that you do, and what a wonderful heart you have. And I'm so happy to meet you. I hope one day we could meet in person. But thank you so much for coming on and sharing all that wonderful information with our caregivers, because they're so in need of it. So really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Wow. What a great resource, you guys. And I mean, just even the forms that you need when you have to place. And so check out her website. What a great font of information for you. And I know you all have those questions, and I know how hard it is to place somebody. Having done it myself, I know what you go through, and we talk about this all the time with caregivers. I have these conversations all the time. So this is a great resource. Heart of a Caregiver, somebody who really is there to help you. Also, if you, and she has listed on her site ways that you can get respite. But if you need something more locally here in Hawaii as well, just contact me. I do know some of the different places around the islands that can help you get respite, or places that you can temporarily place your loved one. So all that here, definitely for you to share. So thank you so much, Carlene, for sharing that with us, and how we can avoid mistakes as well as understand assisted living in a much more positive light. Okay, so entries for the Caregiver of the Year contest is open. It's still open till the end of this month. You can enter simply by going to gab808.org and click that Caregiver of the Year button. Remembering that the first 50 entrants here on the island of Oahu will receive your Thanks Caregiving dinner for you and your caree. And, this is, you guys, this is not a contest about winning. I'll tell you who wins this contest: caregivers. This is a contest about awareness and about letting people know that we are here. Gosh, you remember that movie, Horton Hears the Who? And it was like, we are here, we are here, we are here. Well, we are. And caregivers are invisible. We're isolated. We're in the dark, and we have to come out. It's our turn to come out, and we have to let people know that we're here and we need support. We have to create awareness if we're going to change the statistic. We have to. And so pay it forward. Share your story. It's only a couple of sentences. Briefly share your story and who you are in our contest. And then other caregivers will see that, and you'll comfort them, because they'll know that they're on the same journey and that they're not alone. And that's why we do this contest. So please sign up, join in. Even if you've entered in the past, you can enter every year if you want. So enter our contest, be part of it, because the whole point is to share with other caregivers. All right. And of course, Christmas is a lot closer than you think. It's right around the corner. And so you can, up until next week, order your Christmas tree or wreath here on the island of Oahu. for yourself. And if you want to gift a caregiver, you could be anywhere in the world and you could gift a caregiver's Christmas tree or wreath for them. And if you do, go to our website, gab808.org, and click on that Christmas tree button, and full instructions are there on how you can do that. And we will deliver it to a caregiver here on the island of Oahu. And so you can share that love at Christmas time. Gosh, nothing smells better. That smell of a Christmas tree in the home. And as it is when you're caregiving, you lose sight of all holidays anyway, because it's just another day, right, of doing everything. So why not have that smell to at least have a little bit of holiday spirit? And you can share that. So check it out. Go onto our website and share the Christmas spirit with another caregiver. And for those of you who are already subscribers to Givers Guides, you're going to be excited because my next guest really needs no introduction. She's one of our writers, and each month she helps you to practice wellness spoiled. Please welcome holistic health and lifestyle advocate and the author of His Body, Our Amputation, Danette Purnell. Welcome, Danette. So happy to see you and have you on the show.
Hi.
Hi.
So excited to be here.
You know, we kind of talk every month anyway on email, right? Because
Yes.
we're just back and forth your article and, you know, going through that, but we never get to really just hang. And so this is kind of like I get to hang with you, but on the show. So I'm so happy to have you here. And I just love your articles and I just love what you do for caregivers. And I love the recipes, right? They're so wonderful. But I want to skip over your caregiving story because I want to share that at the end. But I want you to just talk about that. I want you to talk about, you know, your title's a little long, right? Holistic health and lifestyle advocate. What does that mean? Share that with our caregivers.
Even depict what I really do, right? So thank you for asking that, because my goal really is to help everyone understand how to use natural solutions. So that's where the holistic health and lifestyle advocate comes from. But the lifestyle piece is even broken down further because I'm on a mission to help reframe what self-care means for people. We are not, as caregivers, taking care of ourselves. The statistic proves it. And so the mission that I'm on in reframing what that looks like is to help you understand that you really are doing more self-care than you think you are. And when you can wrap your brain around that piece, then you understand that you can do more of it. And so I want to help caregivers especially, but everybody, to take their self-care seriously and to do a whole lot more of it. So for me, self-care is personal, and what works for one may not work for another. So it's about finding your, you know, like what works best for you, right, for your lifestyle, for your likes and dislikes, and really honing in on a good routine. And I like to call it habit stacking, right? Where you take one, say you brush your teeth every day, I hope, hopefully even twice. And if you take like a supplement or something like that to put it next to your toothbrush, where those are two self-care items that you're doing, and you can do them back to back because you're already doing one and you want to implement another. So you do it right next to the first one.
Yeah, it's like a consolidation of movement, right?
It's exactly right.
I love that.
And then boom, in 30 seconds or in 2 minutes, I guess, if you're brushing your teeth, you've performed two, you know, self-care acts. Yeah. So that's really my heart's passion, is to really help people implement self-care and then to utilize natural solutions like supplementation, essential oils. Really, it's toxin-free living, so that you're not filling your body with all the bad stuff that's out there, or trying to take as much control of it as you can, because we can't avoid it all, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, we can. It's really hard. I mean, we're taking in toxins right now, just sitting here, right?
Exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Unfortunately, right? Being in front of a screen and, and so anything we can do to balance that out or just, give ourselves kind of an edge to healthier living by means of essential oils and all of the other supplements that we take is so much better. And that's why I just love like your recipes because they're so common. I mean, they're things that are totally, I could totally do that. It's
Right.
not it's not, and sorry, but I have to do this, but it's just for Halloween. But it's bubble, toil and trouble is not what we're doing, right? We're not creating these concoctions that, smell like batwing and eye of newt. This is a wonderful essential oil recipe that you give us that this just the scent alone when you're making it is like it relaxes you and calms you or excites you and you're so good at pinpointing the needs. I remember the article you did during a summer where you could actually make your own like sunscreen. And I thought that was awesome, and we even had a men's issue throughout the year where you did a way for men to be able to use essential oils for their face care or their hair care. And I thought, wow, nobody would have thought of that. And I love that you make it a natural thing to do.
Yes.
I really appreciate that. Yes.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no. And of course your articles are very to the point when it comes to, you guys have really got to, you can always go to giversguides.com and check some of our back issues. But definitely get a subscription so you don't miss any future issues. But she's got some amazing articles and they're just like it says, just one little thing, like putting something next to your toothbrush. And it's little things you can do throughout your day to make a difference to your wellness. And whether you're a caregiver or not, but as a caregiver, you know how important it is to consolidate everything. And just, I really appreciate that. And you are a caregiver. I mean, that's your whole book was about taking care of your husband, right?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that. Here's your book.
So yeah, last October, I was on the show to promote His Body, Our Amputation. Really, it's the journey that I went on through my husband's journey as he lost his leg. So I feel like we all have a story inside of us. And I just put pen to paper online. And it's not that I have a, more unique story than anybody else, or that, mine is better than anybody else's. It's certainly not. I wrote the book to help people understand that they're not alone. There's a lot of family drama in the book. So really life doesn't stop, even in the midst of chaos and hardship. And, unfortunately, life just keeps ticking on. And so it's a good reminder to us to advocate for ourselves. It is how I started my self-care journey, because my self-care had totally gone out the window. And so when I came kind of back to reality, if you will, with an amputation, I'm not an active caregiver anymore. I still have some duties here and there, but not anything like what most people are dealing with as a caregiver. But that said, like there's so many things that we do in our day that we don't realize how we are doing disfavor to ourselves.
Yeah. And
in hindsight, I realized how little I was taking care of myself, and thankfully had the wherewithal to change that.
Yeah.
And so that's where the book comes into play, to kind of talk about this journey of what we went through, and what the realization was, and then to hopefully help the next person. If the book helps one person,
Then it's worth it.
Then I've done it. Yeah, that's worth
Yeah, I
it.
say that all the time. And
Yeah.
I love that you shared your journey, because we talk about that all the time. This is why we have to share our stories, you know?
Yeah.
And of course, at one point, I'm going to tie this into the Caregiver of the Year contest, which you should sign up for as well. And so, because you don't have to be located here in Hawaii, you can be anywhere. So last year we had about 4 people that were from the continental US and all over. But yeah, we have in our caregiving community on our support sessions that we have every week for a good long period of time. We had a couple on, and he had lost his leg. He had an amputation, and they went through that similar journey. And your experience meant a lot to them, and knowing that they weren't alone and that they could get through this. And yes, talk about family drama and understanding that you still have to go on with everything else in life. Nothing stops. Everything continues on, and you've got to just sort of keep positive whenever you can and keep moving.
Yes.
And now your moving is a little impeded, but you've got to keep moving, right?
Yes.
And you've got to keep positive as a caregiver, and that's a lot of energy that you expend. So sharing your story means a lot. Thank you for doing that.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, anything else? What did I miss?
Well, I have a self-care mobile app coming out.
Yes.
So
excited.
I am beyond excited. I'm so disappointed to not be able to tell you guys to go to the App Store right this moment and download
I know.
it. But Wellness Spoiled is the name of the app. And it is all about self-care. So I've got guided meditations. I have e-journaling. I have help you with a gratitude practice, a mood tracker, a hydration tracker. And then in the premium version, I have vision boards and self-care ideas, a self-care tracker to help you get that in your day, help you realize you are doing it.
Yeah.
And then I have a specific section for caregivers. So I'm really excited about this because this is going to help you to not just do the self-care for you, but it will help you track what you need to track for the person that you're giving care. So there's a medication tracker, there's an appointment tracker, you can put in care notes. And then probably the thing I'm most excited about is there will be a community that's built based off of the users. So there's a community board for different, whether it's Alzheimer's or an amputation or a stroke or whatever it is, there's different community boards. So you can go in there and you can post pictures, you can post your wins, you can post your questions. There's resources on there too. So I am very, very excited for this app to launch because it's kind of a one-stop shop. There's hydration tracker apps and there's mood tracker apps.
Right, but then you've got all these apps on your phone. And
yes, but this is one. And what I'm really, really excited about with it is that it will give you notifications. So if you want to keep the person that you're giving care for off of your personal calendar, you can put it all in the app. It will still send you the reminders and everything that you need, but it frees up your calendar to be for you and for what's important for you. And not that the person you're giving care for is not important to you. Obviously they are very important to you.
yes.
But I think it's important that we kind of keep separate what's for us and what's for them.
It's your health space. It's your happy
Yes.
space. It's, it's where it's your wellness space.
Yes.
And I love that. I am so excited about it. You guys have got to keep tuned in because honestly, when her app is going to launch,
Oh, you froze on my end. I don't know if you guys can hear me or hear Savvy or not. Hopefully, She'll be coming back soon. So I'm just going to talk just in case you can hear me. I want to share with you that because I can't give you a promotion for the app, I do have, oh, I'm still on here. Maybe I'm still going and she's not. Okay, anywho, in case I'm still going live and she's not with us, I do have some offers for you. I have a 30-minute wellness consultation that you can utilize to talk to me about anything from health to self-care, whatever it is. And then I also have a link, and I think Savvy will be posting these both in the group and in the show notes. But I have 25% off any product that you buy through me, which I partner with doTERRA essential oils. They're the largest essential oil company in the world. By buying through that link, not only do you get the 25% off, but you also get me as a coach. So I will help you with anything from recipes to what to use for this or that. And you can, utilize me in that manner and not have to actually hire me separately as a coach. And then I'm super excited to also announce that I am going to be a speaker at a mental health reset conference in Phoenix, Arizona, which will be January 13th and 14th. And if you are in that area or interested in going, I have a promo code for 50% off the 2-day ticket, and it's Insider. So hopefully that will help you guys and get you going in, our mental health is so important. And to do a mental health reset at the beginning of the year is amazing. And there'll be a lot of doctors. I think she has a flyer that will actually be in the magazine too. So if you are a subscriber to the magazine, then you'll be able to see more information there. But you guys can always reach out to me and I can send you any information that you need, any links or promo codes or whatever it is that you're not getting or can't find. So my contact information is Danette, DANETTE, at wellnessspoiled.com. So, and yes, there's 3 S's. And then you can also, my website is wellnessspoiled.com as well. So I'm sure she has more to say, but that's all I got for you. So in case you could still hear me, Savvy, I am so appreciative to have been invited onto the show again. And I just love everything that you are doing for the caregiving community and giving us a platform to actually share what we do so that, you can get the word out about all that we're trying to help with as well. So thank you so much, you guys. Have a wonderful rest of the week and awesome weekend. Bye.
Whew. Okay, well, I think we're back on. Wow, that was scary. So yeah, I lost internet all over the place. And so I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on, but I really want to put a big shout out to Danette for being on. Thank you so much. And for sharing with us. Super excited about her app. Can't wait to get access to that. And for all of you caregivers, so keep tuned. Don't even know how much time I've got. So I'm going to be wrapping this up for you guys. Just really quick. I want to mention a couple of things coming up this Friday. I will be at Kahala Mall for the Generation Magazine Senior Fair from 10 to 2. Come by, say hey, come see me. And also, if you're pack it up and get out to Waikiki on Saturday for the Pride Parade. Yes, we're going to be in the parade. So come and check us out. Give me a break. Showing our support to all the LGBTQIA plus caregivers out there. So throw your hard hands to us as we pass by and show your support to all of those who are caregivers out there in the community, and really looking forward to that. And I want to thank my guests today. I want to thank Danette Pernell as well as Carlene Francois for being on the show and for sharing your heart with caregivers. Thank you so much. Remember that the show is being brought to you by Give Me a Break, but it is sponsored by Givers Guides. So Givers Guides, when you get your subscription, not only helps to sponsor this show to connect with caregivers and share the resources with you, but it also is the donations are made to Give Me a Break to keep doing what we do for caregivers. $24.99 is all it takes. Please get your subscription. Next week's show, we'll have Percy Ihara on to share about reverse mortgages. And I'll tell you, it's really eye-opening. You don't want to miss that. And also a really, really great thing that we're going to have on with Melissa Kokuza sharing the LEQ robot. I know, it's so high-tech and future. It's really exciting. And also a product she has called Alert Wet that you definitely don't want to miss and find out about. It is going to be pre-recorded next week. So though it'll be on at the same time, it will be showing a pre-recorded because I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. That's right. I'm going to be at the National Caregiving Summit, and I'm going to be on Capitol Hill representing Hawaii caregivers. So thank you. Big thanks to the Hawaii Family Caregiver Coalition and to the National Alliance of Caregiving for sponsoring me to be there and to represent all caregivers here in Hawaii. So myself and Kathy Wyatt from the Hawaii Family Caregiver Coalition Board will be up there in Washington, D.C. for the summit representing you. And I'm very honored to do that. So don't miss anything. Don't miss our show. Set a reminder to be here every Wednesday at noon. And if not, please listen to us on podcasts, any podcast platform, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Google, any of them. We're on there. Just type in Caring Caregiver Show. And of course, you can always get connected to a community of caregivers online in our support sessions every Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Join a community of caregivers just like you. In the meantime, remember, breathe. Give yourself a hug. Rub those hands together. Put it right there and just breathe. And hoping that you're finding more joy in your caregiving every week here on the Caring Caregiver Show. Thank you for tuning in. And please always be kind to yourself and all those who care. Aloha.